Hey, welcome back to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. In this episode, we're going to take off from the Teton Canyon area in the Jedediah Smith Wilderness area, and we're going to head over to Teton National Park. We had one day of overlapping reservations, and we decided to take off from the canyon and head over to the park and see what everybody was raving about. We are headed up the Idaho side of the Teton Pass and headed towards Jackson, Wyoming in this video, and we're going to come out the other side of Jackson in just a few minutes. One of the first things we came to as we exited the town of Jackson was the National Elk Refuge, headed towards the Gros Ventre Campground. We actually had to initially head up past the entrance to the campground to the entrance to the park station and then turn around and go back to the Gros Ventre Campground. We took the opportunity to scope out Grand Teton, the big one right there in the center, and to check out some other things we might want to visit. I was able to reserve a site that backed us right up to the Tetons. So we got set up for camp. It was a little overcast mid-morning, but you still couldn't hide the beauty of the fog backed up against the Tetons from our campsite. Inside our tent, I had again set up our sleep system on two relatively inexpensive cots that we got at Walmart. I put some backpacking pads on top of them, and then unrolled a fitted sheet around two cots put together, and then our sleeping bags on top, and it was really comfortable to sleep that way. We always set our shelter up first. But then we went out to explore a little around our campsite, and we looked back at the Tetons that were across a beautiful meadow, and there they were. We knew the forecast was rain for tonight, so we got in the car and drove down and grabbed a book or two at the Welcome Center for the park, and then we headed out to take some pictures. The first place we went was the Mormon Row Historic District to check out the old settlement, and if you look right in the middle of my red line, the French word Gros Ventre, that's how that's pronounced, is it means big belly in French, and I suppose that's because the wildlife there have a lot to feed on. It started to become a little bit more overcast, so we decided to go back closer to the campground by the Gros Ventre River. And there we just explored around some areas that were close to the road, and we found some brown spots in the brush. We are stuck in our tent in a rainstorm at Grand Teton National Park, and it's not too bad. Catching up on a little bit of reading that I wanted to do on vacation, and you can see the tent is pretty spacious, keeping us dry. It rained through the night and into the early morning, and we were able to get up and get ready to do a little fly fishing. I didn't get out as early as I wanted to, and I didn't catch anything, but the Gros Ventre River was beautiful. I find the rhythmic, slow casting of fly fishing and the cool water around my feet and legs to be very relaxing. And after a morning standing in the Gros Ventre River, we got ready and went out to see a few other things that we wanted to see in the park. We got in the car and we drove up to Jenny Lake and enjoyed a walk along the path on the eastern shore of a very beautiful mountain lake. the weather completely cleared up through the day, so we decided to get back in the car and we drove down to the trailhead for Taggart Lake, and we hiked the 3.5 miles out and back up to the lake and took in some beautiful pictures at the foothills of the Tetons. As my wife and I were hiking back from Taggart Lake, we made a decision to go back to our campsite and pack up and be ready to leave early in the morning. I got on the phone and called my boss and asked to extend my vacation, and we headed east of the Gros Ventre River into the Gros Ventre wilderness. Come back next time.